welcome to session 3. Only session 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So much has happened already.
So much has happened already, yes.
So much debris, so many lives scattered into the mist.
Right, okay, who wants to give me a recap then?
There's a bomb. We did a bomb.
Yeah.
But
so-
before that,
The concussion means I don't remember anything. Sorry, Mike, you carry on.
that's fine. So we woke up at a refugee camp, or we were escorting refugees back to the refugee camp. I can't remember exactly.
you
where
woke
we-
up in the refugee camp having just escorted
Yeah.
some refugees there.
And we made the acquaintance of a very friendly bear. Was it a bear?
No,
Well,
it's a
Well,
halfling.
exactly.
Werebear.
It's a halfling.
Yeah, well, halfling / werebear. He told us that Rhea was trapped inside of Baldur's Gate, and the Flaming Fist had orders to either eject or kill any member of the Hell Riders. So we have to try.
It was
and get...
unclear. We didn't try it. We didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her safety was sort of flagged as an issue. So we had a little wander around the outer city. We spread a couple of rumours that the Hell Riders were going to make an attempt on the North Gate. I forget its actual name.
Dragon
Now.
Gate, I believe.
Dragon Gate, that's the one. We
Nope, sorry, Blackgate.
Blackgate. Okay. We made ourselves a deal with I now stuck calling it Riverside Rats, but it's not.
Riverton.
Riverton Rats. They agreed they could sneak us into the place in exchange if we did a favour by blowing up his wife's warehouse, or stealing the contents and making it unusable, which we promptly did. Snuck in, found that it wasn't just it was rum or wine or
Whiskey,
brandy.
I believe.
whiskey.
Brandy.
Yeah,
Fine
brandy.
brandy.
Yeah, that's what we thought was in there, which mostly was, but there was also a whole bunch of smoke powder in our attempt to try and get it out to avoid a massive explosion. We actually caused the explosion to hit the boat that was storing the smoke powder. So we've destroyed a warehouse, destroyed the contents, and destroyed their supply boat. And that. Oh yeah, and then we went to the pub bar that sang that had that song from the lady who was dead but would sometimes sing there, and I think that's where we ended.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sweet.
So for that, everyone gets an inspiration point for this session.
Huzzah.
Cool.
And okay, so that's uncomfortable. So it's roughly 3 a.m. The tavern appears to be mostly winding down for the evening.
I can't remember if we got rooms last time or if we still need to.
I think you'd only just entered the tavern,
Okay.
heard the song, looked around, and then I think that was about where we cut it out. So you can see the tavern seems to be winding down for the evening. The old song that you've just heard has reduced one tough guy in the corner into a crying mess. He is being comforted by a regular. And then you've got the bartender over here. The picture is not representative.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
No, that's one of the two bouncers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The other bouncer appears to be an empty suit of armor. Doesn't stop it moving.
Fair enough.
But so yeah, you've got a half elf behind the bar, a male half elf, brown hair, clean shaven, and he appears to have some kind of elbow brace on. He's stood behind the bar at the taps, and there appears to be two assistants there and there. Who the one at the empty table is wiping it down, cleaning it up. The one to the side is delivering a drink to the thug that is by that table.
Okay. Did we have any indication of where Rhea would meet us once we got inside the inside Baldur's Gate?
She didn't. I don't even think she knew we were coming.
Yeah.
The plan was always to meet you guys at Baldur's Gate, but there was no more
Indication as
plans.
to where.
There were
So we'll
no more
Need
plans
to do a little bit
beyond
of
that.
detective work.
You were just told that last he heard, Dimitri heard that she was in the Elf Song Tavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hence
'cause
why
they
you
did-
came here.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they'd initiated a lockdown after she'd got inside, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And that's when communication in and out sort
Okay.
of became very difficult.
Do you guys want to stay here?
It is lovely music.
Yeah, you're used to that.
Used to what?
Hearing music.
Yes. Shall I speak to the bartender and ask about Rhea?
Oh no, if we want to be not put her in danger, to inquire.
Yeah,
Possibly.
we should find out what side, if any, the barkeeper's on.
Ah, wise.
If we are going to get rooms for the night, could it be worth perhaps providing some extra gold to convince them that we've been here for more than a day, just in case anyone comes asking round about new arrivals?
The clientele in here, Ryan. Do they?
Yes.
You said you described them as a thug, but I imagine that referred to the template in the PHB or the Monster Manual, whatever, as opposed to
They're described as well-armed patrons.
well-armed patrons.
Everyone goes well-armed in Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
or they go dead.
Yes. However, how rough are they looking? Are they people who, rich people with bodyguards, or is it like a proper dive, or is it somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle. This is not the nastiest bar in Baldur's Gate by any stretch of the imagination.
No. Well,
But also, it's not got any of the nobility hanging around in it.
good.
This seems like as nice a place as you could expect in Baldur's Gate itself.
I can see the floors and there's no smell of urine, so I think we're doing well.
This is a proper
Blood dog.
adventurer's bar.
Yeah. I think.
Well,
Yes.
no one's going to bat two eyelashes if I ask any strange questions.
True. Yes.
I'll go over to the bartender.
Well, yes. So the tavern itself. From time to time, the disembodied voice of a female elf fills the tavern with a melancholy song, giving the establishment its name. You heard that upon your entry. The ballad isn't loud enough to disrupt conversation, but most patrons stop speaking when the elf song begins, then resume only after it ends. Many customers frequent the tavern in the hopes of hearing it. Those who speak Elvish can understand the lyrics, which lament an unnamed lover lost at sea. No one is sure how the spirit came to haunt the tavern, just as no one can predict when it will sing again.
You can't predict when it's going to happen next, but is it at least was that our only performance of the night, or has it continuing to sing whilst we're here?
That performance finished, and there is no more singing.
Okay.
There is an excellent mad science themed gay bar in Edinburgh where every 15 minutes Frankenstein gets lowered down from the ceiling on a metal table, sits up and does dances for a bit. Yeah, it's like a robot Frankenstein as opposed to a guy, but it's real good. Recommend.
Interesting. That's a very odd Venn diagram of things.
Yeah. Interests. Yeah, you're completely correct.
I want to drink and be in mad science, and I want to have a gay experience. Right.
Dude, that was my 2017.
So why don't I?
Yeah.
Drop you guys actually onto the map.
Ooh, yeah, Sen's gonna wander to the bar.
I have now lost all vision.
Oh, you go.
That's fine.
Second.
Oh, there we go. Right,
Nice.
cool.
So rather than having the one generic token, which I got on there to show you the thing, you've now got your
Hmm.
people. Okay, so Sen walks up to the barman.
Hello.
After evening, hello.
Morning.
Yeah, I
Morning.
guess it is. It's quite a bit late for some new arrivals. You looking for a room?
Yes. And perhaps some other things. Sorry, that came out more creepy than I intended. And anyways,
We get
the
all
rooms.
sorts in here. Yeah, the rooms. So there are 4 of you. Yes.
Yes.
I can give you a pair of rooms for a night for 2 coppers apiece.
That will do fine.
Sorry,
Ma-
per person. I mean.
Oh, 2 coppers per person for 2 rooms.
Yes.
So 8 coppers.
Yes.
Very well. Here.
Much obliged. And he hands over 2 keys.
He's like very slow when he grabs keys from him, and he just does it like super slow and deliberate, almost like a CG character. Like he's just been rigged a bit badly.
That's going to be the plot twist of the campaign when it reveals you're just a hard light hologram with a gnome driving it.
Shit.
Yeah, it turns out he was playing Qualish all along.
Shit. How did he ever get out from under those 3 separate floors?
A wish spell.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
By the way, might I inquire as to the nearest blacksmith in the area?
Oh, yeah. They won't be open at the moment, but
I'm aware the only ones awake are, the grave workers and such.
yeah, indeed. And he gives you some directions. They're like,
Sure.
if you head out the door, go left for a couple of blocks, and then hang a right when you see the rotting pumpkin on the spike, and then
Rotting pumpkin, very good.
and then just listen for the sound of the clanging and smell. When you smell the smoke, you'll know you found it.
My second question: Do you cook any ravens here?
Ravens? No.
Ravens.
No,
Have
don't.
you seen any ravens?
Fucking ravens fucking everywhere nowadays.
Indeed. Have you found any bodies of them? Ravens, that is.
No.
Very well. One final question. Is there a woman staying here? Wearing armor, a bit shiny, about yay high?
I'm afraid I don't know. Couldn't possibly tell you. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this one of those situations?
You might, however, go upstairs and speak to the lady gambling upstairs.
Lady gambling upstairs. I'm confused. My social skills aren't great. Is this one of those situations where I need to pass you money, or do I need to intimidate you? I need to figure out which one I need to go for.
Neither. There is someone upstairs who is more knowledgeable about the city than I am.
Ah, good. Lady gambling.
Anyone can roll insight if they want.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Personally,
That's insight's actually really good.
Well, Zedos and Delwyn don't get jack shit.
Can't hear
Sen,
anything over the pub.
Yeah.
you get what did Dag get?
I rolled it in Firefox and it did not work for my Roll20's opening Chrome. So give me a second.
Fair enough. Well, I mean,
Et voila.
Sen's got it as well.
Nine.
Okay, no, yeah, Sen's the only one who gets it.
Yep.
He knows more than he's letting on.
Ah.
But
But
he's very, very obviously wants to not be the one to talk to you about it.
Very well. I shall go speak to this gambler.
Yeah, her name's Tarina.
Tarina, have a good morning.
Same to you.
Thank you. Oh, one last thing. Where is the nearest graveyard?
Nearest graveyard, up on the hill,
Up on the hill.
Outside the city.
outside the city. Yes.
Outside the city. There's no graveyards in the city. Very interesting. Where do the Kellenbites worship then?
The what? Sorry.
Kellenvor, the good god of the dead.
Yes. There's a small temple up in the upper city.
Ah, so there's a graveyard for the rich. That makes sense.
Tombs. Catechism.
Very well, thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I have to get back to tending the bar.
Can I sidle up to the bar and ask one final question?
Go ahead, ask.
No,
Do you-
no, you cannot.
Do you keep a record of everyone who stays here?
I guess yes.
And can I slide across a gold coin and 16 copper pieces Can the record show that we were here 2 nights previously?
Or
Well,
alternatively, not until tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
No, I think your original idea is the better one.
he goes,
Yeah,
"Oh
here's-
no, marvelous! Yes, yes, your room was paid for 3 nights hence."
Perfect. Pleasure doing business with you.
Hmm
Come on, my strange skull-loving friend. Let's find our rooms.
Or me.
So yeah, the rooms are upstairs.
Is that over here?
Yep.
The upstairsy bit. Cool. Oh,
So I just move them there. So are you all heading upstairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
In that case,
I imagine Sen walks like the captain from Discovery, the alien one.
oh yeah,
With the hands
Oh,
behind
yeah.
his back.
Yeah. That, by the way, that actor is basically every iconic monster
yes,
going back for like decades. He is amazing.
except the ones played by Andy Serkis.
Yeah. If they're really tall and
You are
weirdly
either
lanky.
talking about Doug Jones or someone who Doug Jones knows.
Is it?
I think
It's Doug Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
love that guy. He the Buffy episode Hush with the gentleman.
Yep, that's him.
So good.
He's in a lot of Guillermo del Toro as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He's Eye Hand, Mitch McConnell dude, and he's like Abe Sapien from Hellboy, and
It was also Shape of Water. That was the one that won the awards, wasn't it?
indeed.
Ooh,
Is this the
Mike,
upstairs?
new chair,
oh yes.
gaming chair,
Mm. As my other one was falling apart.
Is this
and
the upstairs?
had been for years. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, you guys are now upstairs. So the 2 rooms are this one here and this one here. The barman Alan gave you a pair of keys to get into them.
Okay, who's rooming with who?
I don't mind. I'm a sound sleeper.
Now the map only says there's 1 bed, but I am hand waving it to say that there are 2 in each.
Well, yeah. I'm no stranger to death. I'll sleep with the skull collector.
Ah, well, I don't just collect skulls. All of
Bones.
them.
I do apologize.
Thank you. Make sure we're accurate here. Yes. Which one of these people is the gambler?
Okay, these 3 people around this table,
Right.
are all playing something known as Baldur's Bones. It requires several 6-sided dice. As you watch, you can see the one here appears to have her leg in plaster.
Okay.
And you can see them. They all put the agreed ante in the pot, and then each player, the 3 of them, each roll 3 6-sided dice. And then you see them go around the table. The plaster woman grabs another 6-sided dice and rolls that, and then says stand. The next one rolls a 6-sided dice, then rolls another 6-sided dice, then rolls another 6-sided dice, and then he goes, ah, fuck.
Blackjack.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, yeah, it's blackjack.
Interesting.
You keep rolling 6-sided dice until you either
What's the burn number?
21. You need
Okay, so
So,
do any of them look familiar?
no.
I believe I need to speak to one of them.
And give me a perception check.
Sure. 15.
Yeah, the DC was 5.
How many of them are cheating? All of them?
Well, I mean, with a 15, you can get that all of them are cheating
At various levels.
at various levels.
I see.
But however, it seems to be kind of like a friendly cheating because the one sat across from Plaster Lady goes, "Ha! Yeah, you got me again, Tarina," and pushes the pot towards the person in the plaster cast.
I'm now just imagining a contest of competitive cheating and what form that would take.
I think it's like the entrance exam for like the Naruto anime is basically competitive cheating.
Yes.
They basically, there's like 1 or 2 people in their plants in this like exam hall, And the point is not to pass the exam, it's to cheat off the people who are the plants and to figure out which ones they are and then cheat without getting caught. And it's like, if you get caught 3 times, you're out. It's like, why make it so if you're caught 3 times? The only reason you would do that is if you were supposed to cheat to win. And that's the whole premise of the entire thing, which is clever.
So everyone gets 2 and then...
Yeah, everyone gets 2.
And it's not. I mean, you don't even pass by answering the entire thing. It's at 5 minutes before the end, you will be told what the final question is.
Yeah,
and then they pop up, and then they go, all right, it's now 5 minutes before the end. If you remain in this room, you can hear the question. If you get this question wrong, then you are out and may never sit this exam again and may never become a proper ninja. If you stay in. Sorry. No. If you leave, if you choose not to hear the question, you can do this another year. However, if you listen to the question and get it wrong, then you may never be a ninja.
Yeah.
And then you get people who leave thinking, I'll come back another year when I'm feeling better about this whole thing. And then you get the idiot main character who didn't answer a single question, is gambling it all on this final question because he's not managed to cheat or anything.
Because he didn't figure out that he was supposed to cheat.
But he basically decides, you know what? I've got the cojones. I'm going to go for this.
Yeah.
And it turns out that everyone who remained in the room passed.
Yep. So
it's just avoid getting caught for.
Yeah. There was so much of me that was hoping then it was going to say, okay, here is the question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Yeah.
What do you mean, an African or a European swallow?
I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I'm back on the same.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Battle sequence is really cool. Like in general, like the early stuff is like more grounded is a bit more like grounded in like thought and logic and things like that. And then they just start going power creepy and gets weird. It's just like, now we're fighting gods. Ha 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 ha. It's like, just okay.
Gurren Lagann did escalation excellently.
Yeah, because they just went with it, and it's just like, let's go.
Because it's basically a parody of Evangelion anyway.
Yeah. Which is just a parody of the whole mech genre in general, anyway. So it's a parody of a parody, which is weird.
Well, yeah.
And then Madoka Magica is a parody of the magical girl genre.
Yeah, I saw some of that. Loki, stop it.
Yeah, that anime is. Yeah.
I started it and was like, this is weird. I should probably see more of it, and then didn't get around to watching anymore.
Watch more of it. It gets better. I can't say any more because it will ruin it, but it gets better. The other one that was really good that I've watched recently was Talentless Nana, which is very good, if just for the first episode of here's how you dick with your audience. Well.
Congratulations, Brad. You've sold me on it with a single sentence.
That works.
Yeah. Anyways.
Does it look like these people are wrapping their game up, or are they, as it's getting late, or are they?
It seems like their heart's not really in it at the moment. It's quite late, and yeah, some of them aren't. Well, one of them is just like asleep on the table at the back.
Okay.
Would either any of you like to speak to her? She apparently is the one we need to speak to about Rhea.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. At the when you mention that, Tarina gives out a very big yawn and goes, "You know what? I think that might be it for me for the evening, folks. And I think it's probably about time that you were heading off home as well." And they take the hint, and they get up and they start making their way to the stairs, and they pass you and they head down.
Okay. So those two head away.
Okay. You mind if we take these seats?
Oh, by all means.
There you go. The owner said to my friend here that you might be the person to talk to.
Yes, I am the person to talk to. I've gathered from what I've gathered anyway. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Tarina. I am a free agent here within Baldur's Gate, and I am representing the interests of a mutual friend.
And how is this mutual friend faring? Last you knew.
Alive, not very happy, but alive.
No.
And where is she?
Somewhere safe and secure.
Prison is safe and secure.
She's not in prison, although she might as well be. You might have seen a couple of wanted posters with her likeness on it.
Would we be able to visit her, or can you get a message to her?
Yes, you can probably visit her. I mean, not right now. It's the middle of the night.
It is the beginning of the morning.
It's the witching hour.
No, that was about 3 hours ago.
Different definitions of witching.
I suppose.
It goes witching hour, warlocking hour, wizarding hour, sorcering hour.
I do like the wizarding hour. My best work is then.
At 7:77 in the morning, or 8:15.
Yes. So
Did she leave
might
any
have
message?
you might have heard that a certain member of that vile organization, the Flaming Fist, is also wanted at the moment
Yes.
for assaulting and corrupting members of the Flaming Fist, apparently.
Yes.
Who, sorry?
Duke Ravengard?
Who is Duke Ravengard?
Is he missing?
Yes, he is missing. However, that's not the incident I'm referring to. I was being accosted by a member of the Flaming Fist, accusing me of stealing an apple. Honestly, she pulls an apple out and starts eating it. I mean, yeah, I was guilty, but he had no proof.
I see.
And he was going to try and execute me, just right there, right then,
For stealing an apple.
without any proof whatsoever.
Yes.
And this Hell Rider stood up for that noble thief.
I see.
And what happened to this Flaming Fist?
He went berserk. Started attacking everybody and everything. People who are uninvolved. This Hell Rider then got in his way, and then other members of the Flaming Fist turned up, and they were about to pitch in on the side of that Flaming Fist dickhead. But then he started attacking them as well. And
You used the opportunity to escape.
I couldn't move. My leg had been broken by that point.
Right.
I see.
Who was this Flaming Fist?
I don't know his name, but he was this big fuck off centaur bastard.
A centaur.
Yeah. Suddenly his eyes started glowing, and his hooves caught on fire, and then there was a strong smell of brimstone, and he just cutting down everyone, laying about them with his axes. Eventually, Rhea managed to. Sorry, this Hell Rider, who I don't know the name, managed to disarm him. So he just kept on punching and kicking. The Hell Riders, the Flaming Fist. The Flaming Fist also joined in and managed to get their shields up and caused him to break his own hands on those shields. And then he kept on punching anyway. His arms ended in bloody stumps by the end of it, and he was still fighting.
He must have good bones.
Oh,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Yeah.
They ended up pinning him to the sides of a building using spears, and he still wasn't dead.
That's impressive.
Eventually he passed, but by that time a friend of mine and I had managed to escape to the inn of a friendly friend.
Well, this is great, and don't get me wrong, weird as shit, but how do we find her?
You wait until she's able to accept visitors.
Okay.
Is there anything she wanted a group of friends to do in the meantime?
Well, there are a couple of things that you could get up to. So I want to pay back my debt. I don't like feeling indebted to people, so I will do what I can't really do much though with my leg and plaster. But I've got some contacts that I could put you in contact with. Like I am a free agent, but I don't know members of the guild, the crime, the criminal guild, thieves guild, all that lot. It's just collectively known as the guild.
Very well.
They could possibly help the refugees out with supplies. So you do some favors for them, and they might be able to ease the time of the refugees out there. Alternatively, the Flaming Fist, currently leadless. Let me say that again. Currently leadless. I hear that Duke Portier is trying to call his niece back from Fort Balurian in Chalt to try and take charge of the Flaming Fist, but for the moment, they've got no real central figurehead. Certain members appear to be trying to do what they can to put themselves forward as the new bosses. If you were to seek some of them out and assist them, you might be able to get the Flaming Fist into a bit more of an order if you do some favors for them. Alternatively, easing their burdens. The burden of the Flaming Fist would mean that they are able to better manage their duties, and if that's the case, they might be more amenable to opening the gates. Alternatively, you could appeal to some of the remaining dukes for some aid. I don't have any ins there, I'm afraid. But the 4 dukes, well, Ravenguard's right out because he vanished in Elturel. But we've got Van Thamper, Portier, and Stelmane. I'd advise you avoid Van Thamper.
The dukes still hold power in the city, no?
Yes, the 4 dukes are the rulers essentially. Ravenguard was the Grand Duke, keeping the others in order, but with him gone, it's anyone's guess.
The other 3, do they have? Which way do they lean politically? Is it a unanimous decision to keep the gates locked, or is it 2-1?
As far as I'm aware, they've not bothered saying one way or the other.
What were the names of the dukes again?
So you've got Duke Van Thamper.
Yeah, but we want to avoid him.
She is a cast iron bitch.
What of Portier or Stelmane?
Okay, Stelmane's been a bit quiet of late.
Quiet as in dead? Quiet as in...
business is still occurring, just Stelmane just isn't doing quite as much as they used to. And Portier is a bit of a soft touch. He'll listen to any problem you have and promise you the world and then do shit all.
He's probably not going to like it, but the Thieves Guild seems like the best bet.
They have the resources to actually help, but they can't open the gates.
No.
The Fist or the Dukes could do that for us.
Create allies in the Thieves Guild. They may know certain pressure points that would come in useful when negotiating the Dukes.
Put it this way, the gentleman we were dealing with earlier did not seem to have much of a problem with, transit availability on short notice, so I think it would be foolish to assume that every other organization does not have the same.
Perhaps the Thieves Guild is a good starting point then.
What is your name?
Tarina.
Tarina. Are you staying here at this place?
For the moment.
How do we contact you if you are not?
If I'm not here, then I don't want to be contacted.
Noted.
I'm not exactly mobile right now. She looks down at the plaster cast on her leg, and then at the crutches that she has to use to hobble about at the moment.
That is fair.
I do hope the bone heals nicely.
Thanks. So do I.
How good does the cast look? Does it look like it's been put on by someone with, for want of a better word, proficiency in medicine, or is it slapped together?
Someone with a bit of proficiency.
Okay.
It's not a great job, but it's not awful.
Sure. Right. Well, as you say, nothing to be doing at 3 a.m, so I'm going to fucking bed.
All right. If you want to, I'll put out some feelers, see if there's any favors that the guild might ask of you, and
Thank you.
I'll meet you here tomorrow evening. Well, this evening, I guess. So you've got a day of downtime, I guess.
We've had a long night.
Yep. Well, I think I'll take my leave. Have a good evening. And then she hobbles her way to the stairs and hobbles down them using her crutches.
Before I go to bed, I'm going to try and get like a pitcher of hot water in a basin or something from downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, easy enough.
Scrub the smoke powder residue off my face, but also just sort of try and give my clothes a bit of a wash.
Mhm.
Just in case they come sniffing around for smoke. If Delwyn is in the same room, it's like, you want me to wash yours? Put it in the bowl if you want.
Just
Don't talk much, do you?
Can I, before I go retire for the evening, can I look around, like the alleyways and the windowsills and things like that? I'm looking for, because there are a lot of homeless, I imagine, in Baldur's Gate.
Especially now.
Especially now, given its situation, and what some of the homeless might do is kill and trap small birds, particularly ravens, given there's so many of them.
Mhm.
I'm looking
So when I
for
said
raven
ravens
stuff.
earlier, I meant crows. Lots of crows.
Crow will do. It's a COVID. It's a corvid. What's that word?
COVID,
Cor-
shit.
I
COVID.
believe the word you're looking for is corvid. But
Corvid.
Yes, with an R in it.
Yeah.
Arian.
You look out the window, you see 19 corvids.
I'm looking for a dead one, particularly. So I'm looking for like the
About
leftover
4% of
bones.
them then.
Jesus. Yeah, so I'm looking for a skull.
Roll a D100.
Sure.
And you want in highs.
These D100s? No, I'll just roll on the fucking thing. It'll be easier because I can't figure out what these dice are. That's 100? 5.
All 19 have had their heads removed.
All 19 are fully alive and looking at you.
Ah! Can I find a homeless person?
You can probably see a homeless person. Well, you can see someone stumbling along slightly drunk.
So, okay. So can I like just kind of guide them into like an alleyway and say, hello,
Oh, geez, you're a tall one.
I am. Might I trouble you for a bit of your time and a favor?
I'm going to make it worth my while.
Yes.
Yeah, sure then.
Are you without a home?
Yeah.
Very good. Have you been eating any of the raven creatures?
Yeah, occasionally.
Okay, occasionally. Could you, the next time you do, can you bring me its head or skull? Whichever.
Yeah, sure.
Here's silver.
For a silver?
For a silver.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
If you go get me one now, there's a gold in it for you.
All right, wait right here.
But you need to eat the
He's
bird.
gone.
I swear to God, I thought that was going to, could I trouble you for some time and one of your bones?
I was half expecting you to kill him and take his bones.
Yep.
I know that's not the kind of character you're playing. Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
But
That's the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe about 10 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got 5 ravens.
Yes, make sure you eat them. I just need the skull. You have the bird flesh.
Okay.
And here's the gold.
What about gold per head?
I didn't say that, did I?
No. All right, fair enough. So he then takes out a knife and just hacks off the head.
Yep. I take the head.
Of one of them and passes it to you, and then goes, "There you go.
Thank you.
I got 4 more if you wanted to buy more heads."
No, you enjoy the bird flesh. It'll be
Okay.
a good meal. Make sure you cook it well.
Yeah, sure.
Don't want to get any diseases and find you later.
I wonder how this drunk man managed to kill so many corvids. Stone crow.
Extremely motivated. Cool. I will I'll do it in the alley.
roll a perception check, actually.
Sure. Did it roll? 10.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I'll defeather it purposefully and in the thing and clean it and everything else. It'll be mostly clean. by the time I get back to the room. And then when I get in the room, then I'll start carving into it very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delwyn. Well, Rich, water point. Does Delwyn go straight to sleep?
Rich, we can't hear you.
Can you not?
Ah,
Oh,
now
they
we
can.
can.
Yeah,
Oh, we can.
Yeah. Oh, you might have been talking to me earlier. Then.
I was.
just couldn't
I
hear
was
you.
talking- I was
I just
talking-
didn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, no. All we got was, oh, you don't say much, do you?
Oh. Oh, wow.
That explains that little conundrum there. Does Delwyn actually go to sleep?
That one doesn't sleep. He goes into a very light
trances.
trance. Mhm.
I know that from it. So what does he do with the little plant when he goes to sleep?
Oh, that's I've not thought about that. He will definitely stop wearing it. He'll put it down maybe. So this is going off the top of my head. I think he'll put it down on the table, and then sit next to the table with his hand on top of it.
His hand on top of it.
Yeah.
Zig would know that Delwyn is an elf, right? He doesn't hide his sort of Eladrin status. Yeah, fair. In that case, I think he's just going to wait for him to start trancing, and he'll walk over to what the table is and just have a look. He's not going to touch it. He's just sort of maybe about a meter away, just sort of staring at the plant.
Rich, do you want to describe the plant in more detail?
Let me get where's my reference?
So if you did sleep, every time you rolled over and revealed it, it would just be like someone putting their phone screen on in the middle of the night.
So I think it is a white-ish orchid with tinges of orange. Every so often, the orange will flare up, and when it does flare up, it'll be like a puff of gas that comes out from those orange parts, and so it'll fill the glass jar with an orange mist for a few seconds, and then it'll die down, and then it'll be calm again. Single flower, single stem, 2 leaves.
He just leans a little bit closer and just does a little sniff to see if he can smell any of the gas that comes off the plant, or is it all contained within the cylinder?
It's all contained.
Yeah, that's what's right.
If you want to sniff the end of the
I'm not going to get that close. Yeah, I'm just curious as to what it is, but Zig probably wouldn't ask, at least yet. He's just staring at it. Give about 5-10 minutes of just studying it and seeing what it does, and then I'll go to bed.
It'll probably go off twice in those 10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, fair. Completely up to you whether you want to sort of interrupt me at any point in that, but if you're happy to just...
How close do you get?
No more than a meter. No less than a meter. When he goes to sniff, to see if he can sniff anything, that's pretty gets about a meter away. But I suppose this probably isn't that big a room.
Yeah. No, I won't do anything.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Go to sleep.
I guess on the other hand, how much awareness does Del have when he trances? Like, how much do elves have?
I think they do close their eyes, so you're awake but with your eyes closed. Look, just like meditating. Yeah.
No, I won't do anything.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so you two have gone to sleep. Zados and Sen. Sen, you said you were carving.
Yeah, Sen,
Then
he
sleeping?
stays up. He stays up for a little bit to carve. Yeah, and then he'll go.
Zados will go to sleep, but given that his sleeping companion disappeared out into the streets, he is going to wait to make sure that he returns back safely.
He does. He comes back and still awake. I see.
Yeah, the streets can be dangerous. I see you've obtained more bones.
Just the one this time.
Just the one bone, actually.
Do if it's cranium and mandible.
Oh yeah.
Just the cranium, I think. Mandible.
Interesting.
Because once you get rid of the sinews, it would just kind of fall apart. Needs it in one piece.
Not a bird mandible. No, those are locked into the.
Oh, they're locked into the jaws.
Yeah.
Probably keep both then. Yeah.
Looks like my hot fuzz quote was wrong. Thank you, Joe.
That's all right.
Lose your inspiration point.
For ruining hot fuzz quotes. Yeah, that's fair. He
Them for
basically
rules, I don't make them.
he basically, like, the way he carves is he takes like a metal pin into his mouth and takes some acid from his acid duct and just carves into it into the bone. very, very carefully into these intricate patterns.
That is aesthetic as fuck.
His entire tribe does this, so he's used to it. Just kind of like carves them very slowly. And once it's like he only does this for maybe an hour, and then he stops and then goes to sleep.
Oh, I'll be asleep before then.
So you guys have yourselves a long rest.
Sweet. My character sheet thinks I've only used one spell and one bardic inspiration since the beginning of last session. That's definitely not fucking true.
Yep.
Well, yep. So you wake up the next day. It is it's gone midday.
That makes sense.
Yeah. After all that, probably about after 8 hours of sleep, probably looking about 2:00 in the afternoon. You're supposed to be meeting Tarina again in the evening. What do you want to do in the meantime?
So, do we have anything we need to do today?
Mentioned something about visiting a blacksmith.
Yes, I want to see if I can hire the workshop for the day.
I require some materials.
What kind of things you need?
Steel.
Well,
Okay.
a blacksmith seems a prevalent location for such.
Indeed.
Elwyn?
Got nothing pressing other than to find Rhea, which we can't do. So I'm happy to help or accompany one of you, all of you.
I may
Sounds
need
like
you
we're going to the same place.
I may need you to carry things.
What sort of things?
Bones.
Isn't that what that bag is for?
They can get quite heavy.
The bag does not carry itself, so.
I can help you for an hour.
Very well. Thank you.
Where did the barkeep say the blacksmith was?
Round the corner, past the rotting pumpkin on a pike. Strange.
Is that
perhaps.
like a permanent feature who just leaves it? Is there a guy whose job it is to repumpkin the spike?
Specifically a rotting pumpkin as well. I'm
Yes.
curious.
Well, that could just be a judge of how far into the month it is. Maybe it starts off as a fresh pumpkin.
It's a shitty clock. Especially that church has a fucking clock.
Yeah.
That is a terrible clock.
And then on the first of the month, new pumpkin.
Joe is desperately trying not to metagame and be very interested in the pumpkin.
The pumpkin was just a random piece of shit I pulled out of my ass, Joe.
But it's amazing.
See, now you said that, but think who had a thing for rotting pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought you were going with that.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Nope.
It really is just a shit clock.
It's not even that. It's just a random feature that is like, oh yeah, there's a pumpkin there. I saw earlier today. Huh.
So it's not like a continuous pumpkin. It's just one pumpkin.
No, there's
not
a pumpkin on a spike for some reason.
If Baldur's Gate had Pokestops, one of them would be, the old traditional pumpkin spike. It's outside the coffee shop. Pumpkin spike lattes.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Well, thank you. That's a thing now.
Yep, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Red, blacksmith, let's go.
Yes. Yeah. Head to the blacksmith.
All right, I'll take.
Dag is keeping an eye on the crowds for 2 reasons. One reason is pickpockets.
So I've added in the
Ooh.
names of the areas.
Nice.
So you can see Brampton is the area that you came into.
Yep.
You have made your way into Eastway. If you were to head a little bit north, you'd head up into Heapside,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can go around to the Steeps, Bloomridge, and then Sea Tower down in the bottom left of the map. And you can also see there is a wall that separates Lower City from Upper City. The wall is also on top of a cliff.
Right, okay, so yes.
Yeah.
How is the cliff, what's the gradient of the cliff? Is it like sheer, or is it, like a steep hill?
It varies.
Okay.
But there's also a wall on top of it, and the wall is guarded. There are some places where, there are some places where there are gates. So you see there.
Yeah.
That, I believe, is actually Baldur's Gate, the gate for which the entire city is named.
Sure.
And that is the main gate up into the Upper City.
Sure.
If you ask the barkeep about the city, he'll tell you that you can go into the upper city during daylight hours, but as soon as daylight ends, you are kicked out back into lower city. You can find yourself an inn to stay in the upper city, but if you do find yourself an inn there, then you need to stay in that inn.
Yeah, it's
Once night goes
pricey,
down.
and I imagine they don't tolerate vagrancy.
Correct.
Could you just indicate roughly whereabouts some unnamed people may or may not have caused some kind of fire?
Yeah.
Just
Probably
roughly.
looking
Just-
roughly here-ish.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
So we're far away from there. Good.
We are across the city some way.
Well, you're here.
That's fine. That's a distance that is acceptable. That is
As
half a mile. Good.
Zados and Sen rejoin us in the morning, I'm just going to sort of... Do they still smell of smoke powder?
Have they done anything to try and mask that scent?
Sen would have like an acidic smell about him, and
I suppose he
I
would have been carving. So
Yeah.
he probably smells of ether or something.
acids and things.
Acids,
yeah.
Yes.
I would have
Acrid.
attempted to wash in the morning, but not.
Yeah.
But I don't know what sort of facilities is probably the wrong word, but yeah, in the morning I would have washed, but
Interesting how this stuff matters when you no longer have a wizard that could do Prezi every morning.
I got thaumaturgy, but it's not nearly as useful.
yeah, interestingly,
Y'all didn't appreciate Al as the laundry that he was.
I have very specific spells that are for very specific things. They're not for this.
Yeah. Okay. Vinegar. Okay, this blacksmith.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is it?
Let's say it's about here.
Okay, so down towards the water.
There you go.
Can you also mark out the rotting pumpkin for us as well? Just
So we're where?
The rotting pumpkin is somewhere under the R in Elf Song Tavern.
Oh, okay. Very well.
good to know.
And they're serving pumpkin spike lattes. Thank you very much.
Everywhere has to be fucking gimmick. If it's not ghostly elf songs, it's fucking pumpkins.
Everyone has to have something they're proud of. Just let them have their thing.
That was lovely. Yeah. Who is the blacksmith at the blacksmith's?
The blacksmith, we'll call him Colin
Smith.
Shoeforge.
Human?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna, as we approach the blacksmith, I'm just gonna put my hand around the chest piece at my neck and just concentrate for a second. Dag's eyes just glow very slightly red. God's guidance. And yeah, I walk up to the blacksmith. Hello, is this your place?
Yep. I do all manner of things here.
I have some training as a smith myself, but trapped in the city as I am, I have no place to work. I wonder, could I make use of your anvil for a few hours for a small fee?
Sure.
I have all my own. I have all my own tools, but not the place to work.
All right. Let's say 5 silver, and you can use this place as much as you like till the week's end.
Deal. Yeah, we'll just mark that off. That's stupid.
Feel free to set up in the corner over there,
Sure.
and
There we go.
don't mind your don't mind the person working next to you. They're also renting some space,
Happening a lot, I imagine.
repairing some of their gear.
Who is there?
You look over and you see a tall, thin woman
Mm-hmm.
wearing well, what looks like a captain's jacket
Yep.
that
Eyes?
has been taken off and placed over a chair, and wearing an eye patch.
And immediately goes into casting position. Hello, friend. Oh fuck. Language?
Is there a Choltean language?
Yes.
Yeah, Choltean. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. They're speaking Choltean to you, and they've got the bronzed skin of a Choltean.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
And then
Doesn't seem like the thing that you're worried about.
17.
Doesn't seem like the thing you're worried about.
I'm
Just
gonna
seems
keep
like
an
a
eye.
Choltian pirate.
Gonna keep an eye. Sorry, I'm using the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Can I come up to Colin? Hello.
Afternoon.
I require a supply of steel.
Steel, you say? Does it need to be in any particular form?
No, just a small amount for now, but I may require more later.
I can sell you some unworked steel.
Very good. Even slag will do. It's fine.
Slag. Okay. Yes.
The quality does not matter. I will work it myself.
Very well. Let's say, and he names a price for a weight, but I can't really say in character. Oh yeah, he's willing to sell you like 5 silvers worth of steel slag.
Okay.
But yeah,
Steel
sell...
slag is 100% a dwarf name. Be honest.
It also sounds like an insult.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Actually, no. Steel wouldn't necessarily have slag, would it?
It's like the cutoffs and like all the
That
weird
or
little bits.
Okay.
That or it's the street name for the theft of a prostitute.
That was Langston's mum. She was the hardest slag in the business.
Oh dear. Okay, cool.
So yeah, feel free to mark off however much gold, silver, or copper you're putting towards it, and then add to your inventory like X amounts worth of.
For now, he only needs a little bit. He's more like concerned about like, would it be possible in the future to acquire more? Could I count on you to be my supplier?
Assuming I've got the stuff to spare, sure.
Very well. Thank you.
Dragomir,
Yes,
can you make armor from scratch?
probably yes. It'll take time. Time, maybe not have.
That is. Yes.
You need armor fixed up, I can do that.
I don't want it fixed. I want different armor.
I mean, I've got this one. I hold up the one with the ball symbol in the middle that I've just hammered out and on flat. I imagine it's got some kind of symbol on it that I have literally
It's
just
kind
hammered.
of it's kind of similar to the armor that he's already wearing.
Yeah, I'm looking for a different aesthetic.
Okay. Yeah.
I sell armor as well, you know.
How about a trade?
Do a part exchange, I guess.
Yes. Are we and sort of I'll try to do it subtly. Are we likely to be inspecting other premises at night? I'm speaking to our party as opposed to the
Anything's possible.
I
I imagine certain favors will come with clandestine activities.
how about a because it's not chainmail, is it like chain vest or something like that?
Chain
doesn't-
shirt is medium armor.
And that doesn't come with a disadvantage to stealth, does it? Mechanically
No.
speaking.
Sure.
What's the part exchange value on full chainmail for a chain shirt?
Chainmail's 75, chain shirt is 50.
Yeah.
Well, the chainmail he'll because it's used and has very obviously had it's very obviously been altered very slightly.
Yeah.
He will only give you half its value for it. So that's
37.5.
rounded up to 38. He'll give you 38 gold for it.
that falls slightly short of the chain vest, does it not? If that's at 50, I believe.
So you need
Yep.
to find
Well,
12.
the chain shirt would your AC would be 13 plus your Dex modifier, maximum of 2.
Yeah. So I.
Do you have a
will drop-
negative Dex modifier?
No, I have a positive.
Okay, cool.
What's your dex?
+2,
So you'd have an AC of 15 with the chain
Yeah.
shirt.
which
Be a -1
yeah,
currently.
but I'm kind of. I mean, it doesn't matter because I can't afford. I'll have to start doing some work and looting things. I might make it a longer term goal, but the disadvantage to stealth. I'm
Yeah, it's not going to change for me.
no.
He says, hammering steel.
I guess we have all that stuff that we took before in the first session that we still have not sold. I'm assuming. Just
I've
carrying
got
that around with us.
I've got a flail made from a human skull and this suit of chainmail.
And that odd bone.
So I've got marked down 5 miniature dragon statues at
Yes.
25 gold each,
So we have
and
I
a
had forgotten
Tiamat ring,
completely about
and 2 potions of healing. But yeah, the things that are worth money, we've got 140 gold to split between us if we end up selling it.
friend, Colin.
Hmm?
You know of a jeweler, an antique person in the city.
Oh, there's,
us a
I guess there's a
Good deal on sale.
there's a couple here and there.
Yeah, would you mind pointing them out?
Nearest one's probably Old Maggie. She's actually in the next street over.
Okay, great. We don't even have to leave Lower City. Brilliant.
Old Maggie. She got that little shop next to the Pumpkin Spike Cafe.
Perfect.
Dagomir, might I
Yes.
trouble your smithing skills for a moment?
Of course. What do you need?
I would like you to melt this gold coin for me.
Into what? Just a bottle?
Pulls out the carved raven skull into the grooves.
Sure. Yeah, can I do that? I'll get a crucible and tongs and put my big forge gloves on and then pull it into the forge for however long it takes to melt. And as it as the gold melts, I will, say like a prayer. It sounds like a weird, like hissy language. But again, his eyes flare slightly red as he does so. And then, okay, you ready? Hold the tongs. The tongs, take them on the skull. It will burn you. Ready?
Yes.
Or onto the grooves.
Okay, so Brad, give me a carving check, I guess.
Smith's tools for me.
And then Smith's tools for you.
I don't have carving. Do you want to do?
I'll allow you to take your. I'll allow you to assume that you're proficient with your own spit.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Oh God! It's burned to the floor.
So what stat do I use? I guess is the question.
Oh God. What stat do you want to use for it, and give me a justification?
Particularly, I'd love to use intelligence. Is that he
Yeah.
takes his time and patience, and he's slow and methodical. He doesn't rush this. This is a thing of like this is a thing he has learned through his entire life. It is built
So
up
you say
memories.
this is less an expression of art, an expression of self, and more a ritual that he's learned?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I will allow you to do intelligence for this.
Cool.
Does it have a specific function?
No.
This thing you're doing.
It is beautiful in of itself, but it is the function normally is to strengthen the bones through steel or something of that nature. But in this case, we're using gold for a different purpose.
This is you
Smith's
just
tools?
keeping your hand in, really, I guess.
Yeah.
In practice.
23.
Okay. And Joe, what did you get?
Well, I haven't rolled yet, but what?
Okay.
Yeah, again, what's that for Smith's tools?
For Smith's tools, I'd lean towards strength.
Happy with strength. That's a natural 1.
Oof.
Uh,
I would like you
9.
to use my inspiration, please.
Very well. You may re-roll it.
19 total.
19 total. Okay.
Sorry, I nearly fucked your thing up.
That's fine.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what
almost
inspiration is for.
careful, thunk.
Yeah,
You have a
Dag is
solid
used to
gold
working.
skull now.
Yeah, Dag is used to working with big fucking bits of metal. He's not an artist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, between the two of you, you've got a very lovely gold inlaid corvid skull.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is that for?
It is for Rhea.
Does she know she's going to get it?
No.
That's a
Does it
gift.
do anything?
No. But it may make her smile again.
Okay. Dag is going to spend at least a couple of hours on the chainmail now that he's sort of not got the distraction. So yeah, can I roll Smiths again?
Roll me Smith's tools. Yep.
Now
there will probably be a bit of gold investment in getting it back up to full price.
Okay. What sort of cost of steel am I looking at?
That depends on how well you roll.
That's 20.
Say 5 copper.
Get there. Always get to the end. It's like, I need a new polishing rag. Call in. Cool.
With that fucking natural 20, the chainmail that you've got now you've managed to remove all of the symbols for the dead 3 that were on there. It looks like any bog standard piece of chainmail that you could happily sell on at full price to any vendor that might be interested.
Yeah. Just where you have like the joining plates, that he hammers in a tiny horse's head symbol, just with a little I forget what it's called, like an awl chisel. There's a word for it, an embossing chisel, and just yeah. Go in. A word, please.
Mm-hmm.
Don't suppose you could take this off my hands? Looking to sell. The metal underneath was good. It was kept in shitty condition by its previous owner, but it has, as you can see, done it no harm.
Yeah, my piece like this, obviously second hand, but you've done some lovely work on restoring it. Say, give you 50 gold for it.
I need a little more than that. I'm looking for to upgrade my own, so don't suppose I could push you higher. Or failing that, anyone else would be more interested in the military end of this smithing process.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I will. Yeah, fuck that. That's right. My inspiration's going on that.
Okay.
What did I get the second time? 17.
17. Let's call it. I'll up it to 70 gold. Just because I've seen the work you're doing there, and it's decent work.
75, and my skills are yours until sundown. Whatever jobs you'll need done.
Deal.
Cool. Does that tick off my? I know I'm exchanging part service, but does that tick off the? What do we call it?
We'll discuss that at the end.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just I didn't want to sell it if 75. Cool. I will mark that off.
So you get 75 gold, and you are no longer free for the day.
That's fine. That's good. I like being busy.
While he's doing that, can Sen be trying to put a hole in the? Is there a good spot I could put a hole or attach a chain to this?
As part of the process of getting the gold inlaid, you could have a loop worked into it at the base, so that you can turn it into a nice necklace type thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Is Delwyn up to anything whilst the others are dicking about in the smithy?
He will go to that jeweler's and sell the bits and bobs from previous.
How long did it take to walk from the pub to here?
15 minutes.
Damn, never mind.
Can I go with him? Can I assume that I've wrapped my conversation up pretty quickly?
Yeah. You've not been too involved in what's been going on.
Primarily because I don't like the idea of any of us wandering around Baldur's Gate alone.
Despite the fact that it's daytime, there's still a decently heavy fog. It's nowhere near as heavy as last night, but there is still a bit of a fog on the covering the city.
I shall escort you, friend.
And yeah, Baldur's Gate's not exactly a nice place, so moving around in groups probably a good idea.
That was my thinking. Lead the way.
Well, I said it was a block over or something, right? So,
yeah. It's old Maggie's. Did I say?
Yeah, old Maggie's pawn shop or similar.
Yeah, next to the pumpkin spike latte emporium. Spike Bucks.
Head on in. Is it busy?
It's dark, despite the fact that it's daylight outside. The store is kept intentionally dark with big, thick, heavy curtains, and there is a gnarled old woman sat behind the counter. The shop is entirely empty apart from this woman. Hello, dearie.
Good day. I have some trinkets I wish to sell. Would you be interested?
Oh, it depends on what these trinkets might be, dearie.
And I'll place the one of the statues down and the ring down. And so I've got more of those statues if you need them. They're all of the same quality.
Oh, this is fine craftsmanship. Cult of the
Go back,
Dragon.
carry on.
Yes. How did you know?
I've had some of their things through recently.
Ah,
There've been other sellers of Cult of. Were they also Cult of the Dragon?
The sellers were not, no.
Interesting.
No, I'll need to sell these quickly. It's not a good idea to be holding on to memorabilia of the Cult of the Dragon at the moment. I hear they're in the city looking to recover their lost treasures.
what you do with these after you've bought them from me is no concern of mine. You may sell them immediately if you wish, as long as I do not own them anymore.
Ah, excellent. Then what was the cost of the
So all
statues?
told, statues are 25 each, and the ring was 15.
Give you 10 gold for the ring and 20 for the statue.
For each statue.
Well, I can't. Assuming you've got other statues, then yes, 20 per statue.
Hmm. We both know that they're worth a little bit more than that.
Yes, but Cult of the Dragon goods, I have to sell them on quickly and I have to make a profit.
I'm gonna do an insight just to see if she knows she's getting a good deal out of this. If that's her max, if that's her fair maximum, I won't push it.
It's a fair maximum. You get the feeling that she'd probably go a little bit higher, but her concerns are legitimate.
So that would bring the total to 110 gold. How about we make it 120, all in?
Very well.
Good. And I hand over the other 4. Enjoy.
Thank you, dearie. Come back if you find any other little trinkets.
I will. Thank you.
Do you have any information on the previous seller of the Cult of the Dragon trinkets?
I'm afraid discretion is a watchword here.
I did feel that would be the case. Even if they were to discuss business opportunities, there's no way that we could get in contact.
You could leave a message with me, and if I see them again, then I could pass on said message.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell them if they're interested in additional Cult of the Dragon trinkets that I know of another location. If they could just leave their interest with you, and I will return and see if they've left any messages.
Of course. Of course. Blessings
Cool.
of Baal be upon you.
I will choose to ignore that.
Shit.
Well, Mike is still wearing Baal gear, technically.
Yes, I am.
That's a bar lake.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you got that her eyes passed over your armor before she mentioned that.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that, yeah, my botch job was not very good. I'll sort of nod neutrally, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any more business with her, or shall
No.
we go?
Let's go. Does it appear that she lives in her shop?
You get the feeling that the upstairs might be a residential area.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. That's all for now. On our way back, though, I will mention to I do apologise. I've forgotten your name.
Delwyn?
Delwyn. Yeah. If we're left with nothing to do at 3 a.m. this evening, I think I know what we could do instead.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were following the entertain. We break back in and see if there's if she's got information. She knows more than that she's telling.
Okay. Very well.
So for the
Morning murder.
for the so Dag's probably at it for about 3 hours doing odd
Yeah, I was
jobs,
saying.
helping out. Give me a sample Smith's tools check, please.
To see how welcome back here I am.
Indeed.
18.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's without the D4.
Well, I wouldn't allow you to have the D4 for
Yeah,
this
I know.
anyway.
It's for long-term things, I know.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, with an 18, yeah, you're welcome back anytime.
just doing horseshoes and shit, I imagine.
Well, not too many horseshoes.
They're not bigger than a peacock. No, 'cause they are
Correct.
bigger than a peacock.
Well, yeah. But
Fine. Centaur flip-flops.
Elwyn will split the gold when he gets back, so that's 30 for each.
30.
30.
Sweet. I am on my way.
from misery to happiness today.
Well, splint armor, but yeah, sure.
So Sen, Zedos, and Del, you've probably still got a little bit more time before the evening rolls in. Was there anything else you wanted to get up to? You're perfectly okay for you to say no, and we can just say that you leisurely stroll about and explore the area a little bit.
I will relay back to them that there's someone else selling Cult of the Dragon trinkets, and that there's a reasonable chance that it has something to do with the Cult of the Three. Yeah, from perhaps other woodland adventures that they've now come back here and are selling the wares of the cultists that they've murdered.
I see. And you would like us to investigate this then?
Well,
You seem to have a particular interest in them.
I don't wish to abandon Rhea. I feel that she's our primary priority. However, if we had some time on our hands, it may be worth investigating as...
It is no matter. If you have personal issues, and he'll put his hand on your shoulder, that is what friends are for.
Yes.
He's creepy as shit, but oddly, he's the one I trust the most.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and even if I was one of you, I would trust Dag less than him. Because he flies his freak flag high in the air.
Definitely does.
And is a twitchy little fellow, just with the oddest hang-ups on various certain things. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
when you eventually get back to the tavern, there is some food on. You got some soup with some interesting bread with some cheese on the crust. That Alan goes, "Oh yeah, you got to try this. You got to try this. This has been all the rage across the entire city for a good week or two now. Yeah, they call it tiger bread.
What?
Yeah, tiger bread. There's,
No.
yeah, cheese on the crust.
No, you call it something else. You call it something else.
I didn't name it.
I hear it's referred to as giraffe bread in other continents.
That's what those fucking pole horses from Jolt, yes. Call it giraffe bread.
What else will they think of? Tall horses. Strange.
So you get some reasonably tasty soup with some actually very lovely tiger bread or giraffe bread.
Okay. That's always good. Somebody pointed out to me that it's like we dismiss the idea of unicorns, but we say, "Yep, giraffe is real." The fuck.
Well, the unicorns only came about because
People were trying to describe a rhino.
people started right. If you want a good time, Google medieval drawings of camels, because you will not, I repeat, not be disappointed.
So many mythical creatures that are just people describing things they've seen to other people really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giraffes were originally known as camel leopards, and because you can kind of see where that the spots, and they're a little bit like camels.
Yeah.
And then people, of course, took that and drew a camel leopard from name only, and it is. Mwah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay.
Very quickly, between walking back from the forge to the
Oh yes,
the
sorry,
tavern.
of course.
I'd like to pop into. Don't have to do anything specific about it, but I would like to buy the cheapest riding cloak. So if we pass like a clothes store or
Yeah, you can probably find somewhere that will give you a riding cloak.
how much is that going to set me back? Cheap. It doesn't have to be any quality.
Sackcloth.
Yeah.
Let's see. 5 copper pieces.
Sure.
It is cheap. It is nasty. It is scratchy.
I'm not the one wearing it, so all good.
There.
Does it would a riding cloak come with a hood?
Yeah.
That'll do.
Can I also purchase one
Sure.
for legitimate nighttime business transactions?
Sure.
Is that 5 copper? Did you say?
5 copper for a horrible, scratchy, itchy, nasty thing.
That's fine.
Okay. We meeting Tarina upstairs now.
Indeed.
Okay, so when you head upstairs, Tarina is already there.
Cool.
She is also enjoying some food.
Greetings.
Hello.
Greetings. So I've got 2 bits of news for you. First bit, I've been asked by our mutual friend to look into some Dead 3 cultist activities.
Interesting.
And one of my sources believes they can actually locate their base of operations.
Okay.
That's
If that would be useful to you, then I'd be happy to pass on that information when it reaches me.
Yes. And the other?
The other is the guild.
Mm.
There is a favour that they'd like to have performed.
We'd like you to find out who blew up that ship.
well.
You may have noticed that there was a small explosion on the water the other night.
Yes.
Yes.
And they'd like to have someone do their utmost to figure out what happened and who is to blame.
Okay.
Yes.
What is their interest in the matter?
Oh, it was one of their storehouses and boats that went up.
There was a boat that went up as well.
Yep, storehouse and nearby boat.
Fair enough.
Was anyone injured?
Yes, a couple of people were injured.
Have
No
they got-
deaths.
Still early days yet. Someone's bit touch and go at the moment.
Do they have any leads or any information?
Any information we could use to work with?
Well, unfortunately, those who would be considered witnesses have yet to regain consciousness. And she looks around and checks to make sure that no one else is listening in, then leans forward. It turns out that the kingpin of Brampton was on the ship at the time.
That guy owes us a lot of favors.
I was not expecting you to blow up the thing that night. Nor was I expecting you to botch your roll and accidentally hurl the thing into the water.
Dude, that was not a criticism.
He owes us money.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Atlas of Exposition, all on there.
So, what condition is the kingpin in?
Missing.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Jesus.
Okay, where was this warehouse? You said warehouse ship somewhere by the docks.
Yes, and she gives you directions that sound familiar in reverse.
Okay, well, if we hear anything, we'll let you know.
If you can find out who it was, and feel free to exact some retribution upon them. But if you can find any evidence that points to what happened, then they'd be amenable to making things a little bit easier for your refugee friends outside the walls.
Okay, good to know. If we find anything out, we'll let you know.
Yes.
When is your friend getting back to you about these cultists?
Hopefully tonight, possibly tomorrow.
Indeed.
I'm afraid at this point it's just a waiting game.
Sure. Okay.
I've just got to wait for you guys to level up because
Shadows. Shadows. You had a problem you want to just look into, perhaps tonight.
And conveniently a potential lead as well.
Right.
Yes.
I'm up for that.
Yes. The lady who ran the trinket shop appeared to be a follower of the, well,
That
follower at
three.
least one of the three.
Which?
Bahal. No,
Baal.
Baal. Sorry. I keep wanting to say Baal.
Lord of Murder.
And he is something considerably more scary.
The murdery one.
Okay.
Yes.
How far is the refugee camp from the walls?
It keeps on trying to get its creep a little bit closer to the walls, and the flaming fist keep on telling people to move the fuck back.
How
Sometimes
far?
using rocks.
So if they are keeping them away with rocks, it's relatively close at least.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
How
I have,
how secure are our rooms at this place?
Maybe it's
You've
got a
got a
lock.
key to lock the doors,
The only reason,
and there is always someone awake. I mean, the one of the bouncers on the door, the animated armor, doesn't need to sleep.
the only reason is because she's seen the armor that I'm wearing. So hypothetically, if this were to go tits up, I'm actually thinking of going in without armor, but with just the common clothes. And
The new cloak that you've got.
yes, as I have given that there's only one person that I'm aware of that wears that armor, that specific customized armor. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
you want, I can.
I
We
can,
have time. I can take a stab at making that armor a little less. Whatever it is.
were you concerned about it getting stolen if you left it here?
Yeah.
I can trap your room for you if you'd like.
Works for me.
Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll leave the armor behind. In the locked room.
Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
The walls.
The walls.
Yeah.
In the inn.
No, around the city.
Oh, the city walls. Yes.
The closest point to the refugee camp. How far would it be from that bit of wall to Dimitri's tent?
Let's just have a look down here. What's the scale like? This doesn't have a scale on it. Try. Probably looking like 700 feet from the wall to the tent.
And to the beginning of the refugee camp?
Not quite that much. Probably looking maybe
300-ish?
300 to 400 feet.
That's fine. Okay. I'm going to take out some paper, write a message to Dimitri. I'm going to break the head off the arrow. And then I'm going to try and get a chance to fire a message to Dimitri if I can get on top of the wall. Because long range on my short bow is 320.
Okay, trying to get up onto the wall will be tricky
Yeah, I'm aware.
because it's being patrolled by the Flaming Fist.
It is.
Especially at the point where the refugee camp is.
Yeah. Yes. How often in between patrols?
There are static watchers there as well. They seem to be taking the refugee thing very seriously, possibly to the detriment of the security and safety of the rest of the city.
No one is allowed to leave, are they?
Correct. No one in, no one out.
Would you like me to create a distraction for you?
Maybe. I think I'm going to. What I would like to try and do is slightly encode the message.
Mhm.
Like kind of the basic cipher based on a word that we both know. You know what I mean? So that we had like
what's your holy text?
a strategy guide for war.
Yes, you've probably both got a copy of that, and you've
That would do
probably
it.
you've probably done it before using that book as a cipher.
That'll do it. Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah. Yeah. I only really need to get maybe even halfway up the stairs to one of the walls to be able to fire an arrow at long range and hope that it would get. Like I write on the outside of the message, "Get this to Dimitri. There'll be a reward in it for you." And then fire it off. Yeah, okay. When Zador says, can you give me a distraction? I will say, maybe yes. If we want to get a message to the refugee camp, what do you want it to say?
I think Zados is offering you the distraction.
Yeah, no. I was saying, is there anything these guys want included? I'll say this to the group.
Yeah.
Say, we have made contact. We have not made contact with Rhea, but we know where she is. We want them to get a message to, I think, the... but this will be like in one of our rooms once we've left Tarina. If they can get a message to our friends from the other night, if we could get them to take responsibility. Did they not want to know?
Sorry, what was that?
The Riverton Rats, did they want it to be a statement, or did they want her to be disadvantaged without it going back on them?
They wanted to be disadvantaged without it going back on them.
Okay.
But
In that case, I think we'll ask a statement. Who do you want fitted up for this for this crime? And then
Sorry, who are you asking? You
send a message to Dimitri asking him to basically get the Riverton Rats to contact us because we want to talk to them again. Yeah. That is the message. We have made contact with at least friends of Rhea. We Ottendorf cipher. It's an Ottendorf cipher. It's based on a text. Sorry, that's been chugging away my mind for a bit. We've made contact with at least a friend of Rhea's. We should be able to see her soon. Get the Riverton Rats to get in contact with us within the city, please. And that is I'll keep that broken arrow with that message tied around it and my bow on my back, just in case I get a chance to chuck that refugee campwards.
okay? Honestly, I was half expecting you guys to pick someone to frame yourselves.
Yeah, but I think that's a discussion we need to have with one of their representatives because A, we need to get some rewards for what we did for our bad decisions, and B,
Your reward was to get into the city.
Yeah, but we really went above and beyond.
There was a bonus to killing her, though, right?
Yeah. But more to the point, I think it would be advantageous for us to be able to speak to people we have at least provisionally made as allies, to have an ability to contact them and to talk to them. Even if it's just to be, because we didn't ask at the time, how do we talk to you again? We just got in because that was what we needed to do at the time.
They might be able to give us more assistance inside the city.
Roll a intelligence check or insight.
I'm better at one of those. 10.
Does anyone want to roll just a raw int then?
I can. No.
All right, never mind.
The criminal world eludes me.
Yep.
No. I only wanted one int check.
One. Sorry. I apologise. Missed that bit.
Yep.
All right. So
that's the message I'm gonna try to be able to send at some point if we get a chance. It's not like vital, but it's something that needed planning out ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Zedos, you want to do something tonight?
Yeah. Do you want to get your message off first?
I think that's a later in the evening thing. And the guards are a little sleepier.
Very well. Well, let's go break into an old lady's house and hope she's not a crazy German wizard.
That's a very specific problem.
It's a rumor that I heard once. It escalated out of full proportion, apparently.
I see.
Yeah, we'd be. Well, she said that discretion is of the utmost, but there may be some kind of ledger that describes who dropped off other items. If we can find sort of any evidence that, because she could just be a innocent for this city, I guess, third party peddler of suspicious goods.
You said she blessed you in the name of Baal.
Yes.
Usually people don't do that.
No. But Rhea has taught me to give people the benefit of the doubt. We should at least...
So, you want her dead?
Well, let's find evidence first. And then we can offer her a choice.
It's fair. Yes.
So, worship of the Dead Three is not illegal in Baldur's Gate.
Very little is.
Correct. Very little is. For example, having a horse as big as a peacock, that's illegal.
Yeah.
But worshipping of the Dead Three is not. So long as the worship doesn't get out of hand, then people tolerate it.
Yeah. It could just be a mercantile, she's trying to build a rapport, if I said that we had additional business interests. I do not wish to condemn her unnecessarily.
Well, feel free to roll an insight check retrospectively.
Go on then. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, you get the feeling that she was paying lip service to it because she was eyeing up your armor.
Yeah.
Rather than being an actual devout worshipper of Baal herself.
Well, she might know something we can beat out of her. So.
That said, I'm still fully expecting you guys to break into a shop and see what you can find.
Let's fucking do it.
We'll see if we can find evidence without disturbing her first, because it appeared that she would be living upstairs.
I'm gonna leave my chainmail and just rely on my hide for now.
Okay, so it is. So night has fallen.
Mm.
There are lamps, regular coloured lamps, but the occasional green lamp outside various places.
Before we leave, I did promise to trap the room with the armor in.
Yes,
So I
feel free
will-
to trap the room with the armor in.
I'll do so.
Well, you've also got Tarina there, probably not moving much, so she's
Yeah, I
able
was
to
gonna
keep
say.
an eye on the rooms.
Mind keeping a watch?
Not at all.
Thanks.
I'm not exactly mobile, so might as well do something useful. Roll me an insight check on her.
13.
No, nothing.
19.
Sorry, no, just Dagomir because he was the one
Oh.
asking the question.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, don't worry. One of the most dangerous people I ever met had no legs. Battle mage with my old company. Crazy son of a bitch. Got dragged around on a sleigh by this fucking giant purple horse. It's some kind of spell. Weird guy, but very dangerous. So, he's fine.
Well, I'm hoping to keep my leg, and then be back on a ship again one day.
Sure.
We are off for the night. We will return soon.
Good luck, have fun.
I'm gonna go over to the bar and pointedly look at the bar, the bartender, the tavern owner, and then back at my friends behind me. Me and my friends are all in our rooms, and I'm going up there as well. So anyone comes looking for us, we are asleep in the room. Doors locked. You understand?
Oh,
Slide
of
you-
course. I hope you enjoy your rest.
Slide a gold across the bar.
Yes, enjoy your rest. I hope the sound of merriment and festivities lulls you to sleep.
Spasibo.
Uh,
Spasibo. Hey, yeah. Right, Zedos, you lead the way, my friend.
Let's go to the shop of treasures and trinkets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you head there and you see that Spike Bucks appears to still be open, and it has a green lantern lit above its opening. And the shop next door with the odds and ends and the trinkets, was it Old Maggie's,
Yeah.
also has a green lantern lit above it.
Is there some kind of special thing about the Green Lanterns that I would have heard about? That seems weird.
It does.
These-
Maybe
I
it's
mean,
protection.
apparently you use the lantern to charge a ring, which then allows you to put your willpower into the world.
I was trying not to, but that's fine.
Yes, sorry.
It seems weird.
It's strange.
Eh,
Did the tavern have one?
The tavern had one.
Is it? Did the tavern have one when we first arrived?
Yep.
Is it a designation
d-
that they're still open?
Now that
Does-
you look around, you can see that the places that have green lanterns are the places that still have people entering and exiting.
I'm wondering from Dag's background if he'd suspect that these are people who might have paid protection money to someone. Does that, like, if you've got a Green Lantern, it means it's what he'd be wary of anyway, because he's familiar with the giving and taking of protection money. Put it that way.
You don't have enough information to be able to say that, but the information you do have seems to indicate that the green lanterns indicate that the shop is still open at night.
So if we go in and there's no longer a fact-finding mission, she'll be there.
Indeed. So we can ask her questions.
Gendo.
Yeah.
This is not my party, Zados. This is yours.
Yeah. She will recognize. I'm even without the armor.
Recognize both of you. You went together, no?
Yeah. We're not. I don't exactly blend in. Okay. I'm just pondering about. I'm just trying to think if it's worth if the two of you she hasn't seen, if you go in to try and talk some information out of her.
Can give it a go.
I mean,
Try.
Because if I go in with the hood up over my face, while I look suspicious as fuck, she won't be able to recognize me as long as I don't get close.
You're pretty. The horns give you away.
Oh yeah.
We can go in and talk to her, or we can go in and distract. We try and go in the back. It's up to you.
Is there another way into this place?
Presumably, if you were to go around the back, then yeah, you might find another entrance.
Yeah, if it's still open.
Should we have a scope around the back alley
Yeah.
first before we do anything else?
Bear in mind, this is still early evening.
Well, I mean, then it's even less suspicious to be in the back alley.
Yeah.
Because if it's still open, then she's likely to be. Because she was at the counter waiting for us when we came in originally, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she might still be there. Okay, cool. Yeah, what's round the back?
Okay, round the back is a small narrow alley. It's fairly nondescript. It's got buildings. It's a narrow alley. Buildings rising up on either side of it. Buildings are stone. The floor is stone. You can see there are a few crows perched on the roof. And
What is it with these fucking crows?
They are messengers of the dead. The ravens, specifically.
The dead don't speak much.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. Given the right motivation, they speak a lot.
Anybody living in this alley?
Roll perception. All of you can do this.
14. God damn, guys, well done.
19,
14 wasn't bad, and everyone improved, so.
Slowly working our way up as well.
Yeah.
Well, you got there is someone there is a prone figure curled up in the corner where two buildings don't quite sit level with each other. There is a darkened alcove, and there appears to be a single figure curled up in there. Apart from that, you do see three tough looking fellows just rounding the corner at the far end with clubs within easy reach, and they seem to be going about on some kind of patrol.
Do they look wearing Flaming Fist insignia?
Nope.
Are they coming into the alleyway?
They're just leaving the alleyway,
Ah, okay.
going out at a far distance.
Oh, does the guy on the ground curled up, is he alive?
I'll walk over and find out.
Yeah, Sen will go over and be like, I see.
No, he is dead.
Freshly dead?
A pity.
Not so fresh that you think those three would have just done it.
Okay.
But
They didn't stop, exactly.
Correct.
Are there any sort of markings or anything like that that would suggest that this is a ritual killing, or is this just a mugging?
That's a good question, actually.
Given that we can hear screams of people who are being murdered.
Okay, can I please have a medicine check from whoever is leading this?
I can, unless someone else knows more about the.
I don't have much.
Yeah.
I'm Dag is good at making things dead, not much.
Sen is trained in it, but I don't know that he would recognize the ritualistic killings. He might recognize the ritualistic killing of.
Just a medicine check for the moment. We'll move on to the ritualistic stuff afterwards.
Okay.
If possible. Okay, 15.
Not bad.
Okay, yeah, there have been 10 different kinds of snot beaten out of this guy.
This man was beaten to death.
And the 15, you can see that it's some of it's fists, some of it is blunt
Weapons.
objects.
Fist, club.
Does he still have his
Pole?
wallet / money pouch on him?
Nope.
So
What,
possibly
human?
mugging.
What is the
human? Yes.
What is the ground out here? Is it like loose earth or is it like cobble?
Cobble.
Okay.
Do you have anything on him?
He is just wearing trousers.
Just
Barefoot.
Barefoot, bare top.
Barefoot, bare top.
Is the body? Oh, I suppose
Oh.
I was going to say, is the body still warm? But
I see.
That's more the medicine check.
The body is not warm.
I'm gonna try and run to the other end of the alley and see where those three guys went.
Yeah, they're just having they seem to be patrolling. They're not trying to leave the area. They're just walking around.
Sure.
And as for the corpse itself, could I have a history check, I guess?
From
16.
Okay. I was trying to figure out like a genealogy check. Heritage-wise, he looks Elturian.
refugee.
You might surmise that.
If we look at his face, despite like all the crap that's been beaten out of him, if we sort of look at him for long enough, does he look like any of the refugees we walked here with?
You don't recognize him specifically.
Okay.
But I mean, there might be a family resemblance to one of them, maybe. If you
Do you want
squint.
to D100?
Roll a D100.
96.
Okay, yeah, there is a distinct familial resemblance to someone that you escorted here.
Does that guy look like that guy? You know, the one with the cart. He looked like him to you.
A little round the face, although there's a lot of bruising there.
Thinking he got caught. He got caught sneaking in.
I'm gonna make a raw int check for Dag for something I've been told in character. 18. I believe we were told that refugees were being accosted and led away by a birdman. Am I right?
That is something that you have been told.
I think this is one of ours. I want to go talk to those guys. I'll be right back.
Can I stick close, but sort of not at your? Well, do you want someone at your side?
Sure.
To help with intimidation? Very well. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to those guys. Hey, you!
Oh, something I also should have mentioned.
Yeah?
The corpse doesn't have eyeballs.
Oh. That's
Buried the lead there, buddy.
A little bit!
Sorry, yeah, I was...
I guess that's reasonable, because if his eyes are closed and you open them up to see what colour his eyes are...
Oh, that's bad.
Is that the marking of a ritual or a gang tactic, or that we've heard anything about?
Just can Sen give me a perception roll, please?
Sure. 22.
Okay, yes. Okay, looking at the empty sockets, the inside appears to be slightly scorched and smell faintly of sulfur.
Sulfur.
So they
Perhaps a bit of brimstone.
Perhaps a little bit of brimstone, yeah.
they were
Burned out by hellfire, probably. So, eyes not taken, more just
Burnt out.
boiled.
indeed. Delvin, could you help me get the body in the sack, please?
I did promise you one.
You did.
Everybody gets one. Tell them, Spider-Man.
No, it's true. Everyone gets one.
Well,
So yes, Dag and Zedos going
Yep.
to find those 3 toughs.
Hey, yo.
What's up?
You have anything to do with that guy in that alley?
Oh, crying shame, but no. We poked him to see if he was still alive. He wasn't. Went back on a patrol.
You have any idea how he got there?
Not a clue. He wasn't there last time we passed.
Can I roll insight?
Roll insight.
Because I don't believe them.
Can I also roll insight?
Yes, sure.
I will give. Sorry,
That doesn't matter.
Oh my
18.
God.
18. Yeah, they. If he was there before, they didn't notice him. They don't particularly care because he's not one of theirs.
Okay, so I think they're on the level. You see many
Yeah,
of those?
they don't care enough about the whole thing to lie to you.
You see many of those? Enough.
Occasionally,
Where?
just around.
Around.
Like, okay, when we're doing these patrols, occasionally you stumble across a dead body in
They
random
all-
places. Who
they
knows?
all
Maybe
have
they got on the wrong side of a mugging. Maybe they pushed the wrong Flaming Fist member. Maybe they got their head caved in because they're having an affair with someone's missus and they shouldn't have. Who knows? It's Baldur's
they-
Gate.
That guy's a refugee. He wouldn't have got any city unless someone brought him here.
Refugee, was he? Huh. Good riddance then.
I'm just going to draw myself up to my full 6'6", and just sort of... You should have more sympathy.
Have there been any other killings where people have had things burned out with brimstone or hellfire?
I don't know. Well,
Think
I said-
harder.
Look, I saw it. All I know is I saw a dead body. I poked it with a stick. It was definitely dead, so we moved on. That's it.
You seen anyone with their eyes missing?
I mean, there's the occasional pirate with an eye patch.
Not the time for that.
That was not intentionally me trying to pull your whiskers.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there's that weird cycloptic tabaxi bitch. Oh,
I'm
gives
sorry?
Me, she gives me the willies.
What did you fucking say?
Oh, yeah, there's this
Where?
tabaxi.
What's she
Is-
wearing?
She was down towards Brampton and she was wearing some like silks, I guess.
A coat? Skin?
Yeah. This weird looks like some kind of snakeskin long coat.
Who you work for?
Pause
Our
1 second.
interests might be aligned.
Pause 1 second.
Sure.
God, this Baldur's Gate Gazetteer is
It's a whole business.
a bit convoluted. Okay, citizenry. Okay. Oh yeah. Our crew we're with the Brethren of Barbers. No. Sorry. No. We're with the Carpenters.
I have no beef with your outfit, but just between us, you see that woman again? You see me? You tell me. I'll just palm him a gold. Yes? You see her? You see me? You say.
Look, no offense, mate. He passes your gold back to you. If I see her again, I'm fucking running. I
Yeah, that's fair.
couldn't even tell you why.
She
And now that I
does-
know that you're affiliated with her, no, I'm gone. And he just turns around. He just walks away. And the other two are looking a bit confused. It's like,
Either of you feeling brave?
I mean, yeah, sure. If I see a tabaxi, I'll let you know.
No, this tabaxi. One eye, skin coat.
Okay, if I see a tabaxi wearing an eye and some skin, I'll let you know.
All right.
Roll insight.
He's not going to.
I'm there.
11.
aren't I? Yeah.
Even so, I was like, if he tries to take the gold, I can say, no, you have a different deal. Payment on delivery.
Ugh.
And I'll walk away. I don't know anything.
Enemy of yours?
Teacher.
Teacher? Oh, yeah. School sucks.
It wasn't this cool. Okay. Let's get back. Yeah, we'll walk back. I'll walk back to where Del and Zen are, presumably halfway through stuffing a body into a sack.
Yeah, the body is no longer in the alley.
Is one of them carrying a large
One
sack?
of them is carrying a large sack.
Welcome
down.
back.
You can put 2 and 2 together and reach 17, maybe.
Hello.
Hello.
Was there any there was no like identification or anything on him, it was just trousers and nothing else?
Trousers, bruises, no eyes.
When you do your thing, take some of his hair for me.
I don't need the hair, so of course.
Just a lock. Soldiers fall, you give notice to family.
Very well, if that is your custom.
I feel that breaking into this shop is no longer a good idea, given that the occupier is probably still awake and that we now have 3 witnesses. who
You
will be
want
able-
us to go in and just try and talk it out of her?
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Yeah. I feel that we should avoid direct criminal activity while you're carrying the sack of a corpse. Even for Baldur's Gate, that may cause us unwanted attention.
I sometimes forget how you feel about your dead bodies.
Are you going to need somewhere to work on that?
Yes, I will require certain facilities.
Church?
No, definitely not.
You want to come with while I speak to this bitch?
Maybe. No, I should get started on this, and it is late in the evening. Good time for it, if nothing else.
Okay. Be back in a moment.
Okay, if you're going in through the front, I will wait near the front, but just to the side, so if there are windows, she can't sort of see through. Well, obviously you can see through the windows, but she can't see me.
There are heavy curtains up, so no one can see in or out.
But just in case she's got some kind of spell that would allow her to see through the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go in the front door.
Okay, yeah. There is a wizened old lady, gnarled old lady, sat behind a counter.
I'll pull out the flail I bought from. No, I got off that guy, the one with the Baal skull as the head.
It's not a ball skull; it's just a skull.
Oh, I thought it was a symbol-y one.
No, it's a flail made using a skull as the head of it.
Yeah.
Was it Merkel? No.
Yeah,
yes.
Merkel's the dead one.
Yeah, and it was the Merkel cultist who had that
Yeah.
flail.
Before I go in, I'll just tuck the chest piece into the hood of my into the neck of the shirt.
Okay.
You in the market for weapons?
Not really, dearie. More odds and ends and trinkets and things, and things that are worth a bit of coin.
Hmm.
Got anything worth a bit of coin?
Maybe. As I'm doing this, I'll just have a look around and say, you got the wares for sale as well as.
Oh, indeed. We've got various different trinkets and things that you might find of interest.
As I'm doing this, I'm just going to have a scan around the shelves and the shop itself, as if I'm browsing, and just see if there are any holy symbols, anything of the ilk.
Roll a D100.
Including on her. D100.
Mm-hmm.
54.
Middle of the road, huh?
Yeah. Do you want me to roll again?
No. That's fine.
Yeah.
She's got. You do see the occasional holy iconography. Not
Yeah.
necessarily a holy symbol, but the occasional holy iconography.
The odd
also,
triptych that might have come from a church.
They don't appear to have been half-inched from a church.
Okay, that's interesting. I was suspecting they would have been. Okay.
The
Do I recognise
the stuff that's on display?
Mm.
But yeah, you'd see like someone. There's a little carving of a Torm, for example.
Yeah.
Looks like a
Torm
hand-carved
is
thing.
a fine god.
There's also you can also see things like chessboards, secondhand, but with the pieces made from ebony and ivory. So
Yeah.
you see various art pieces around.
Okay. If a worshipful man were to be looking for iconography befitting of his religion, would I be able to find such a thing here?
Well, I've got all manner of odds and ends, dearie. What kind of what who do you follow? What iconography are you looking for?
Well, I had heard there was a presence in the city of compatriots of a friend of mine, the worshippers of the three, no?
The worshippers of the three. Yes, indeed, there are some of those in and around the city. But there was one in here earlier today, no less. But that's all I can tell you about that.
If a fellow pilgrim wanted to make contact with his brothers, You would know of such a way to do this?
You could leave a message with me, and I'll make sure that it's passed on to this individual at the next opportunity.
Any
In
others?
fact, this individual was very interested in looking for other compatriots as well.
Does he live in the city?
Couldn't possibly tell you, dearie.
You're religious yourself?
Let's say my subscription has lapsed.
Be well. I'll turn around and leave.
Be well, dearie.
Yeah, I'll head back out to these guys. Yeah, rack my hood again, and then turn the corner and then talk to them so that I don't appear to be with, so I'm not being the right side. She's an apostate. I don't think she is. She sells her worship to whoever pays. The only cultist of the three she mentioned was a tiefling who was in the shop earlier, but I think she must be mistaken. Zedos has nothing to do with the dead three now.
I believe she is what we would call an opportunist.
Yes, a good word. Either way, she did not know of anyone else. Otherwise, she would have tried to sell me the information. Still, has valuables, so if you want to break in later, we can.
I feel there's no benefit to be gained by causing unnecessary trouble.
Money, but you can get it easier elsewhere.
Yeah.
I feel that we've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole with half a bit of information. Now we're regretting certain actions. But it's all right. I got something out of it.
Where do you need to take this, young man?
A tannery with a loose set of morals would be fine.
Tanneries are outside of the city, no?
Most, yes. Perhaps a
surgeon?
That would do.
How long would you need to work?
Through the night, probably. The body takes time to prepare. I do not currently have access to the spells necessary to preserve it.
Well, if we can find a tannery that's closed for the night, we can stand guard.
I just have to leave the city, and that is not doable right now. A surgeon will do.
Any more corner guys around, like the three we saw, but not them, because they would be...
Yeah, that you do see you occasionally see duos, trios, and quartets patrolling.
Yeah.
Just seems like that. The impression that you've gotten so far is that the Flaming Fist do jack shit in terms of security.
Yeah.
So people band together to look after themselves.
Yeah. I'll just flag the nearest set of yobbos down. Hey, you! A word. Friend of mine got cut in a bar fight. You know a surgeon? Could take him through? Take him through? No magic, don't have the money, but someone who could stitch him up? Who give me directions?
Yeah, let me look at a completely different page that has all of the spoilers on it.
I'll pick a couple of silver and sort of just roll them between my fingers.
While the GM is just buffering that, is it also worth heading down to the warehouse?
Okay, you could try the Harbourside Hospital down in Brampton.
Okay, thank you. I'll chuck him a silver.
Thank you kindly.
Cool.
Yeah. Begin our quote-unquote.
Sen, there is a hospital down by the warehouse.
Let's.
They might have a mortuary you could use.
That will do nicely.
Okay.
So
what time is it now, Ryan?
This is the hospital.
Whereabouts?
Hang on. For some strange reason, it's not pinging.
Wrong layer.
No, I've still got the distance tool selected.
There
you go.
Oh, the little thing with the courtyard.
Yep.
Okay,
right next to the gate that leads to the cemetery.
Makes sense.
Sure.
That's convenient.
Expedited.
Yeah.
I fucked up. Quick. We have a new problem. But a solution is on the horizon.
I'll save him. He's now someone else's problem. Whoop.
Whoops.
Yep.
I can either save him.
Not move my arm like that.
Oof, you're right.
You okay?
David?
Yeah. Just,
yeah, I hear it's a stingy one in the muscle.
It's achy rather than
hurting.
Oh dear.
About what time is it now?
Probably looking about 8 o'clock.
Okay. Well, we should definitely stick together, but
Well, I know what Sen needs to do. It takes time, but it doesn't take people. It just takes time. It doesn't take like a person doing anything. It just takes time.
You just need to drop the body in a thing and then come back later.
Yeah. Essentially, I'm avoiding describing anything because it's like Never mind.
It's because it's not nice.
No, it's not.
But,
yeah.
Well, we'll carry the corpse down to the
hospital.
The hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the entrances? I imagine we don't want to go to the reception desk. Put it that way.
No,
Is there...
no. You can circle around to the back where you see that it's probably the place where they load up the cadavers to.
Yeah, I was
cart them
imagining there's
off.
probably like a hearse or something equivalent.
Yeah, there's a hearse stop.
Hearse carriage. Yeah.
Hearse carriage
So-
stop, and there is there's some doors that you can see someone is stood outside it having a smoke break.
Yeah.
You're getting a very strong smell of cloves from the cigarette that he's smoking.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Do you work here?
Yeah.
Good.
It's the only reason I'm smoking these damn things. Kill the sense of smell.
Yep. That'll do it. I require your facilities for 6 or so hours. I have need of a body that needs to be prepared for an ossuary.
All right. Yeah, I can let you in this one time.
Thank you.
If you make it worth my while.
Ah, I see. This is the bribery thing.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Indeed. What is the going rate around here for this sort of thing?
Called the gold.
Very well. Here.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Heading in, first door on the left.
Thank you very much. I'll head in with
Although-
Delwyn because he's carrying the body.
That one is
in
not carrying the
future-
body.
Okay, that's fair.
You might want to make a visit to Candle Hallow's funeral arrangements.
Candle Hallows.
Yeah,
yes.
near the Bastos Gate.
Ah, thank you. Candle Hallows.
Forgotten about that. We saw that on the map in the second session.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like about here.
Once Sen goes in, I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna like shove him. I'm just gonna sort of, put my hand on his chest and sort of look a bit imposing. More information, more money. You're the mortician, coroner.
Yeah.
You deal with bodies of drunkards, people who are found dead in the streets. Yes.
Yes, sometimes. Well, not normally. I feel I deal with people who are, when they're found, still have a chance.
What happens to a body found in the street? Someone is mugged, beaten to death. What happens to the body?
If we're able to identify them, but if the body's able to be identified, then interested parties are notified because there's normally some kind of reward for that. If it's anyone worth a damn anyway. If it's some nobody, then it's just a case of chuck it in the harbour for old choms.
Chums?
Just a saying, urban legend of this dragon turtle that sleeps at the bottom of the river.
Okay. Last couple of months. How long ago did El Terrell explode?
You're probably looking about 1 month now, maybe not even that, maybe 3 weeks.
Last month. How many vagrants or similar do you see beaten, killed, blunt weapons? You see any?
I'm probably not the right person to be asking about that. Like I said, I think I know what you're talking about, but you probably want to visit Candle Hallows.
Candle Hallows will know.
They're the ones.
They
who
deal with.
They're the ones who deal with the already dead. We deal with the dying, who then become
Okay.
dead.
Good enough. I'll flick a silver into his hand.
Cheers. Anything else I can do for you?
No. Yeah, wait for Sen.
Sen goes in and he does a thing.
Yeah, he finds what he expects, does the thing that he expects.
He's very reverent about it though. He asks the body's permission to use it for purposes in the future that they will be remembered in their service.
Well, I'm happy to just hand wave this as Sen is respectful. And C.
Yeah, fair enough. And then he, like, because it takes a while, like, he'll leave and then, and he'll look at the guy who's standing there with the smoke in the clothes. Leave it in there for a while. I'll be back.
Yeah, no, I know how this works.
Good.
You're after the bones, right?
Indeed.
Yep.
For the ossuary.
Yep. Not the first time I've had one of you lot around.
I doubt you had any like me, though.
Well,
No one is
No.
quite like you.
Any other... Out of curiosity, have you seen any other black dragonborns doing what I'm doing?
it was a while ago, but yeah.
That is interesting. I will have to find them then.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for them, then keep an eye out for the one they were with. They're a bit more distinctive. Because, you know, I mean, I've seen a few black dragonborn in the city, but I've only seen one other that was interested in bones.
You said the funeral parlor.
I mean, you can ask there as well. But yeah, the funeral parlor for more of these kind of services.
Very well. Thank you.
And the other black dragonborn. Gosh, my memories are a little bit fuzzy all of a sudden.
Is it a silver kind of fuzzy or gold kind of fuzzy?
I don't want to be too greedy. Let's say a silver kind of fuzzy.
Here.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that shot. He bites into it. Yeah, that taste just really sharpens the memory. That does. That reminds me that there were the person that this other dragonborn was with wore one of them big fancy red robes.
Ah, you're lucky to be alive.
I am.
Yes. If that was who you say it is, and they had the red robe on, you ran into a Thayan wizard.
Swallows the cigarette accidentally.
Yeah. He swallowed the cigarette accidentally.
And they'll give him a clap on the back.
You don't say.
Indeed. I'm surprised they're so brazen this far west. Anyways,
To be fair, I don't think they were trying to be seen. I don't.
the fact that you're alive says a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just
gonna.
Oh,
He
goodbye.
walks back in.
He's really scared of you.
No, he's scared of the red wizard.
Eh,
He
6 of 1.
And he should be. They are very dangerous. Especially if it was an actual red wizard.
You're a fan, no?
I am not. I am adjacent. I understand their means, but I do not agree with their methods in some cases.
You expect the dead. They
They do not.
treat them as lessers.
Indeed, they treat everyone as lessers. Save themselves. And even then, you cannot be too sure. I would be careful if there is a true red wizard in this place. Anyways, I am done for now. I must return later to collect. But for now, shall we see if we have news from Rhea?
I think so.
Thank you for your help, all of you. That's it. He'll start walking back to the elf song.
Mm-hmm. So you're heading back to Elf Song?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you head back there without incident. I mean, you see the occasional thug patrolling with his posse, but there are 4 of you, and you seem reasonably put together. It's intimidating enough to put people off, and I can't be bothered to roll on the random encounter table.
And the Dragonborn is scary as shit.
Yeah. You got the big ass dragonborn, the big ass lizard man, the tiefling with the oddly intense murdery aura about him, and then some cold looking elf mofo who has a creepy plant that occasionally goes orange. And I couldn't figure out how to describe the sight with sound.
Yeah.
You're an odd group that, you know, you might see the occasional person go, ooh, here's a never mind.
That's how we die. It's like that scene in like The Simpsons where Homer's trying to look for a mark in the carnival, and Homer goes, "What about that guy?" And he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, fuck no, not him.
I'm just reminded of Discworld. Was it Guards? Carrot going to the city, very naive at that point, and he's surprised at the amount of people that leap out from behind rocks. And then go, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were my friend. I'll just carry on." When they see the 6 foot plus, built like a brick shithouse, smiling pleasantly and carrying a large sword on his back.
On the way back to the elf song,
Yep.
I'm going to try and detour towards the wall closest to the camp.
Okay.
Zedos, you
Well,
mind,
the camp,
Yeah.
the camp is actually up here.
so we're getting past it.
So you're down there. Elf song is there. Camp is up there.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to try and make my way through the city towards the bit closest to the guards.
I'll follow.
Thank you. As we get there, we'll just, sort of hang about near the wall for a few minutes, try and get a gauge of how far apart the patrols are, distance-wise, how often a moving patrol comes through. Like,
Okay. Rather than me rolling, just roll me a raw d20.
a raw 20.
Mm-hmm.
8. Middle of the road.
The guard patrols seem fairly regular and they seem fairly alert at the moment. It would require considerable effort for you to get up onto the wall without being seen.
Okay.
What about a rooftop that's
That's a good idea. Are there any tall buildings near the wall that look over it?
No, there's nothing that rises above the walls near the walls.
but is there anything that would, because is there a building that's tall enough that would get you a projectile to fire over?
To go an arc over it.
You could certainly there are some buildings that you can try and clamber onto that you can attempt that.
Okay, yeah. Are they public establishments or people's houses?
People's houses mostly. Let me just look at the spoilery map again. Oh, you don't want to be on that rooftop. Yeah. Mostly houses. Occasional. You got the occasional building that is some kind of shop with a green lantern in front of it.
Okay. I'll knock on someone's door. Just anyone's.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
16.
If
I hear someone coming towards the door, I will cast guidance and just, pray on the chess piece for a second.
You wait there a second, and then you get the feeling there is someone on the other side of the door being very quiet.
Hello? Excuse me, this may be a strange request, but I don't suppose I could use your roof for a moment. You don't have to let me in. I know it's not that kind of city, but I give you a couple of coins. Could I climb onto your roof for a moment? I need to send a message to a friend of mine. And, being up high would be useful. Am I okay to climb up there?
Just do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
Okay. I'll stick a couple of silver under the door. For your trouble. Yep, I will wait until I see... Yeah, I'll try and get Zedos to give me a boost up onto a roof.
Yep. Assist.
And then sort of try and shield my stealth with a chimney stack slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take out the coded letter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to... I think it's worth the risk. I'm going to cast light on the arrow.
Okay.
So it's easier to see for the people the other side.
Okay.
It will also be easier for the guards, but I don't think the guards would go 300 feet outside the city to pick it up. Calculated risk. I will pull as far back on the short bow as I can, put it to maximum draw weight, and then arc it upwards the full 320 feet with the...
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
I will.
While he's doing that, can I triple stack The
Thaumaturgy?
That's the one. Because it says I can cast it 3 times and have all 3 effects active at the same time. Actually, I'm only going to cast it twice.
There it is.
I'm going to cause harmless tremors, and the sound of. Oh damn! Can I?
Oh, sorry. Harmless tremors and the sound of.
I'm going to say screaming.
Okay.
Just to try and distract the guards.
So away from where we are, not to
Yeah.
pull them in.
Yeah,
What's
because
the range on thaumaturgy?
it's
30
only
feet.
So I would have to sneak along the wall. Like, so say if he's on that rooftop, I might sneak across to here.
Sorry, I'm on a different map. Hang on a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm on the map. Yep.
So if he's here, for example, I might move to about here and cause sort of yeah.
That's like 200 feet, 250 feet.
It's mainly I just want them to look in a different direction.
Okay. All right. So
I'm not looking for accuracy. I'm just looking to fuck it as far as it'll go.
Can I give you my inspiration point to?
That would.
By 2, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't let you re-roll separately, does it? It just.
Oh,
Gives
is it
you
only
a
one? Is it only 1 dice?
It gives you a separate roll
Does it?
that you replace. Yeah, inspiration in this context is very powerful.
Okay. Is that okay, Ren?
It's like really weird. It's like really weird because it's like it replaces the roll altogether. It's like it's really strange. But it works on both sides. So if you have, my God, this arrow is not doing well.
Would you like my inspiration?
If you want to spend it, you're welcome to.
I think you can only spend the inspiration
Yeah.
once per roll.
Usually, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid
That's
that
fine.
the arrow does not clear the wall.
Doesn't clear the wall.
Doesn't even clear the wall.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to immediately snuff the light spell, so it's difficult to find. Then I'm going to go and
And
grab
the guards are alerted.
it. Okay.
Oh, are they not distracted by my screams and rumbling?
Some of them are.
But not enough. Okay, fine. Well, I'm going to, as I'm along the wall, am I able to run to where it is before they can get down to it?
I can help with that. I immediately cast Longstrider on Zados as I see him go to run.
What's the range on Longstrider?
It's touch, but like he's next to me.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I moved
He's like
away to
200
get
feet
closer.
away.
Oh, of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, can I? Because it's 300 feet, so up to 300 feet away potentially. But as I'm already on ground level, as opposed to them trying to climb down the wall, because presumably they'd have to reach particular points.
Give me an athletics check.
Okie dokie. 15.
Okay, yeah, you can manage to get there, and you can get to the rough general area. You're not sure where the
Okay.
where it is. Give me a perception roll. You've got
Okay.
time for one roll, one perception roll before you need to keep running, before the guards
14.
catch up.
14.
Ooh. Okay. You do indeed find a broken arrow with a coded message attached to it.
Can I grab it and run?
Sure.
I would adore if it's a different message.
I was tempted. Very, very tempted.
I know how your brain works, Ryan.
It's just basically the shopping list.
Yeah.
Eggs, milk, ham.
Wait, this isn't a code. It's just shitty handwriting. Okay. When I meet up with Zados, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Say, everything okay? You weren't followed?
As far as I'm aware, do you want another perception check to see?
Yeah, both of you give me perception checks.
I say, are you sure? And they'll give him Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Is that a D6?
Yeah.
Perception, see if I was followed, is at 11.
11 for me too.
Yeah, you think you guys got away fine.
I'm gonna lead Zados in a bit of a circuitous route
Yeah.
back, so we can try and lose a tail if we have one.
Is there an alleyway that we can sort of turn and quickly sort of hide into to see if people are following us?
Mm-hmm.
Given that there's lots of narrow streets, can we sort of turn down one, and as we turn down one, we sort of hide in a doorway or something?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
do you want a stealth check or
Stealth check from both of you, please.
16?
Oh,
Clank, clank, clank.
I'm not wearing
clank,
armor.
Clank. No, you can hear the clanking getting closer.
I'm gonna bardically inspire Zados again.
We were followed.
You think we might have been? Okay,
I
we'll
think they went over this way.
follow down the alley again. We'll go down the alley away from them.
Sure thing.
So
Hey,
that
there
we-
they are!
Oh dear.
Okay, cool. Long Strider.
Okay. Yeah, with the application of Long Strider, they can't keep up.
Yeah.
Was about to have you roll initiative, but
We've got an hour of fast movement, so
yeah, they are not catching up to you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
You do eventually lose them after an hour of running around.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's come back to you two.
Okay.
Sen and Dell.
Yeah.
What are you guys up to whilst these two chuckle fucks are chuckle fucking around?
Heading back to the inn.
Yeah.
On the walk back, I mean, and Sen just turns to Del. Thank you for helping me with the body earlier. It's most appreciated.
You're welcome. At some point, you're going to have to tell us what you do with those, because
Oh,
I don't know how many more bodies I can just willingly give you with no questions asked.
do you want to know? It's not like I keep it a secret.
Yeah, it's not like you've been forthcoming either, though.
No, I suppose not. Would you like to know?
Not the process, but the end result would be
Ah,
useful.
you see, in my culture, the dead are viewed as still valued members of society. We use their bodies to do work for us. It is a honored position. We carve into their bones, like this. And he'll show you the raven. I've been told it's quite beautiful, even though I do not really have much artistic talent, but I know how to follow patterns. It is why I was picked up by the Red Wizards. They found it useful, our techniques.
And you helped them?
I was an unwilling apprentice.
Ah.
I do not agree with the way they abuse the dead, much in the same way that the Merkelites abuse the dead. They view them as things or tools. Whereas I and my people, it is a place of reverence, a point of pride.
Yet that raven and that man did not willingly participate.
No, but their bodies will be used for greater things. The raven's body was fed that homeless man. I hope it fed that homeless man. He promised he was going to eat them. And the man was already dead. His body would be wasted on the side of the road. At least this way I can use what he had in service of perhaps getting revenge for him, seeking justice. I cannot perform the rituals just yet, but it is always good to be prepared.
Okay, just good to know.
Indeed. I do understand that your cultures do not have the same views.
One might call it defilement or desecration.
They might, but we just come from very different viewpoints. That's all. You do strange things to me sometimes.
You've just moved us onto the spoiler map.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Should we
It's
be seeing
not-
all these words?
It won't help us. It's like, what's that? Oh.
Yeah, no. I had a bit more of a look at it and realised that none of this makes any sense to you. So
Much
Yeah.
like Etril, this city won't be around for much longer.
I mean,
Not if we.
On
had it.
some-
it's Crater
ways-
o'clock.
on some ways, it's like, yeah, that's probably a good thing because Baldur's Gate is kind of a shithole.
Yeah. Think of how much crater it could be.
If it was just- yes, well done.
That's one of my better ones.
I will agree to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I hope that explanation was to your liking.
Like is a strong word.
Is a
in this
word.
context.
I understand.
How? I'm probably not going to like the answer to this. How many corpses do you need? It seems to be you seem to be accumulating a collection, and to go through this process every time would be quite tiresome, I imagine.
When I have the means to return them to usefulness, I will not need to do the process. The process is merely a preservation technique.
Ah, okay. I'm sure I have further questions down the line.
I imagine you will. I am willing to answer any. And he, like, when Sen smiles, it's just more creepy. So yeah, then
Okay,
I guess we-
so yeah, it's getting, I'd say, probably getting close to about midnight now. The four of you have gathered back together at the Elfson Tavern again.
So, it looks like we're not getting a message over the wall that way.
uh,
Too many guards?
Try.
A couple, but we lost them. We're stupid.
that is good.
If we go into the Elfsong Tavern, I'll say to the tavern keeper, I trust that no one came disturbing our rest while we were
No,
sleeping.
your rest was very restful. There was no disturbances whatsoever.
She seems to like us.
Ryan,
Mhm.
is it just the voice
It's just the
when this
voice.
happens? Just the voice?
Yeah, you don't get the orchestral accompaniment.
No, I meant, is there like an apparition?
Oh, no apparition, just the voice.
Is it the same song every time?
Mm-hmm.
Might I trouble you?
Oh, Alan wipes his eye. Gets me every time. Although
I am.
twice in a row. I mean, it's happened before, but it doesn't normally happen that frequently.
Perhaps there is somebody among our party who she has taken a liking to.
He looks at Dell. Maybe someone in your party reminds her of her lost love. As the only elf in the group, his eyes keep on returning back to Dell.
Yeah. Is the gambler still upstairs?
Oh yes, she's still playing Baldur's Bones, as far as I'm aware.
You have any ex-girlfriends who are singers still?
Not.
Worth a shot. Okay, well, yeah, we'll head up to
So I'll move you back to the Elfsong Tavern
Yeah.
now. So yeah, what do you wanted to do?
is Tarina in here?
Oh, she's on the GM layer. Hang on.
Ah.
So because it is
It is also 10:30, by the way.
yes, I'm winding up.
That's.
So
Winding
winding up.
Oh no.
Oh no! This is where we get murdered.
I'm wrapping up. That's the
That's the, yeah. You're
Wrapping
trying
up,
to do-
winding down.
Yeah.
rather than
Oobly-boo.
winding up for. Oh hey, look, it's Tiamat.
And worse, she's wearing an eye patch.
Every single head has an eye patch on it.
Oh,
Not all on the same eye. Fair enough.
So I'm just gonna move people off other people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Здравствуйте.
Ah,
Any
hello.
news?
No news yet, I'm afraid.
We have not found any evidence. I'm afraid we will keep looking.
Okay, just let me know when you have something that I can trade for consideration.
Okay.
Should we call it there for the evening?
Yeah.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
We'll
All right.
head to bed, but then yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Well-
either Zados or Sen remember to ask Dell to deactivate the trap?
That's pretty smart.
But did Sen know he was doing the trap in the first place?
True. No,
Because he
doesn't.
just talked to Zados about it.
That's true. Yeah.
And Zados has been a bit distracted from running around for an hour.
Yeah,
If
I
Zados
mean-
wants to, he can roll for it. see if
I
he
was going to
remembers.
say, I actually forgot about the trap, but
Oh, in that case, I'm going to rule that you both, that neither of you knows about it. Which one of you goes through the door first?
Probably me, I guess.
Okay, Zealous opens the door, walks through. What happens?
Deck save, please.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's frozen. Hold on, 2 moments.
I don't think that's enough.
Not enough.
Odd.
Yeah, strange that. So a magical noose wraps around your feet and hoists you into the air, leaving you hanging upside down.
I
And
knew
and
I'd
this is
forgotten
this is the first time you'll ever hear Del let out a proper laugh. And he walks
Oh.
up to the upside down Sados and goes, "Life will not teach you to be cautious. You must learn that on your own." And then he will click his fingers and the spell dismiss.
Crunch. Thank you. I knew I'd forgotten.
I tell you what, though, he kept the armor safe.
Did indeed.
Is the armor there to reclaim, by the way?
The armor is there to reclaim, yes.
Cool. Put it back on.
And so the 4 of you can settle down to have yourselves another long rest. And you can get started again in the morning.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to stop the recording.